Welcome to the TheDPost Sports Notebook, your daily WVU sports roundup at TheDPost.com. WVU women's basketball point guard Linda Stepney and her teammates were dumbfounded Tuesday. They had spent the past 4 days preparing for the aggressive full-court man-to-man defense they expected to see from Hampton in their second-round WNIT game. Then on WVU's first offensive possession of the contest, the Lady Pirates set up in a triangle and two. "I think we were very shocked," Stepney said. "We worked all week on full-court press, full-court man. It took some time for the Mountaineers to adjust. Eventually, they started hitting shots and working the ball inside to Avery Fields and Lene Montgomery. Fields registered a team-high 16 points, and WVU pulled away in the second half for a 57-39 victory before a Coliseum crowd of 1,815. "I needed to shoot shots when I was open," Fields said. "At first, I wasn't hitting. I'm glad it kind of came for me." Tuesday's win moves WVU into the round of 16. The Mountaineers will host Duquesne at 7 p.m. Thursday at the Coliseum. It's the rematch of a December 10th game that saw WVU defeat the Dukes 79-60 in Morgantown. "At least we're familiar with them," Montgomery said. "We know they are going to come out and play hard. It's always a battle against them. We have to prepare for that." The Kentucky men's basketball team has size. WVU has its frantic full-court press. Kentucky could have as many as 10 NBA draft selections on its roster. WVU head coach Bob Huggins' roster is a collection of transfers, junior college prospects, and freshmen and sophomores who have worked their way through his system. But there's one similarity as the two schools get set to square off in the Thursday's Sweet 16 NCAA tournament game: deep benches. "The good news is there's enough guys that if 2 or 3 aren't playing well, we can still survive," Kentucky coach John Calipari said following the Wildcats' 64-51 third-round victory against Cincinnati. "What they learned today is we don't have to shoot the ball well and we can still survive." WVU lives by the same philosophy. "We may not always have our top guys playing well," WVU forward Jonathan Holton said. "Our starting 5 may not always be the best starting 5 on the floor, but we know we have so many other guys who can come in and get the job done." The WVU football coaching staff is finally complete. Little more than a week after head coach Dana Holgerson announced he hired Mark Scott to fill the Mountaineers' last vacancy, Scott's contract was finalized Tuesday. It is the first Division I position for Scott, a former WVU graduate assistant who signed a 1-year agreement worth $150,000. Scott spent the past 2.5 years as an on-field defensive graduate assistant coach working with the outside linebackers, defensive line, and cornerbacks. Prior to that, from August through October 2012, he was a non-coaching administrative graduate assistant for WVU.